So I get it, the timing of everything is bizarre. It's Monday, I had a really active Sunday night, I was playing hockey and my body needed some time to recover, so I was expecting to get a long sleep. But the weird thing happened when I slept at 1 a.m. last night, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll sleep at 1, I'll wake up at 9:30 a.m., and I'll get 8.5 hours, it's gonna be good because my body needs it. So I slept at 1, and then I woke up at 4. And when I woke up at 4, I couldn't go back to sleep. It was weird. I was just kind of rolling around in bed, you know, doing the old thing. I even got up, got some water, let my eyes settle down in the darkness a little bit longer, went back into bed, couldn't fall asleep, and I was like, okay, wait, what the hell's going on here? I've got 3 hours of sleep, I'm technically supposed to be sleeping more because my body's recovering, and now it's like, okay, it's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm supposed to be up in 4 hours. So, the great part about being a content creator online is that I have my own schedule, so I was like, okay, I'll just turn off my alarms, we'll go to bed and I'll just wake up whenever I wake up. Now it's 12 p.m. and we are making a video about a topic that we had spoken about literally 2 videos ago, because this does bleed into yesterday. Yesterday we made this video as the 4th of the day because the Montreal Canadiens were playing in a game against Tampa Bay yesterday morning. They lost. They stunk. But I wanted to take a look at more of that Jake Evans trade talk, because he is the first guy that was put on the thumbnail of this video, and a lot of people were going out there and talking about Evans, just bringing up their thoughts about him as a player, the story, the timeline, all that jazz. But after we made our video yesterday talking about Jake Evans, there were some more comments from Jake Evans. And the way it's all laid out, it really does seem like this guy is going to get traded. And, you know, we like to make the videos about trade rumors when somebody, an analyst, a broadcaster, a radio personality, suggests a trade, or he says that a trade seems to be possible, or he talks about how a player is being targeted. We make videos about all those things because it's like, yeah, it's good to be in the know with what's being talked about, in my opinion. But this? Yeah, no, I don't think the guy's sticking around. This show, as always, is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there and check out the first link in the description to save some money on your VPN, get some free months, and support this YouTube channel all in the process. Yesterday, we looked at this piece of info from Pierre LeBrun on the broadcast against Tampa Bay. As discussed at the intermission during our Habs broadcast, my understanding is Jake Evans and the Canadiens have exchanged numbers on what an extension could look like, but they're not close. Obviously, things can change with one phone call, but as of now, that makes it more likely that Evans gets dealt before March 7th's trade deadline. Calls from teams asking about Evans have increased lately, with the Habs slide in the standings. So that obviously was a piece of info that we took and we talked about. Hey, Evans and the Habs, they're far apart. Evans is obviously not a superstar. It's not like Mitch Marner's going out there expecting 12 and the Leafs are giving him 11. It's seeming to be something a little bit higher than that. It's more so okay, Evans wants to stay in Montreal, right? He said that a bunch. And he's playing the best hockey of his career. He's probably a 3.5 or a 4-ish, if you really wanted to push it, $1 million player on the free agent market, and so who knows what he is asking for, who knows what the Habs are offering. Right now, Jake Evans, the contract that he is on, it sees him making only $1.7 million, so doubling it up, 3.4, or getting up to 3.5, or maybe even pushing it to 4 because the cap's going up on a long-term deal, that's all reasonable, in my opinion. And we had ourselves some comments by Jake Evans himself, as tweeted out by Eric Engels after the game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Take a look at this, Jake Evans on what it means to be a Montreal Canadien. It's been an honor. It's such a fun place to play. It's such a great place to live, and I've just really enjoyed it. It's truly an honor. There's so much tradition here, so many great players that have worn this jersey with great pride, and it is truly an honor. Dude, this guy's gone. Jake Evans, what does it mean? What does it mean to be a Montreal Canadien? It's been an honor. I've really enjoyed it. This guy speaking in the past tense already. Bruh, like, I'm not going out there and saying that Jake Evans is a bad dude or anything. I mean, he's college educated. He spent so many years there. We have seen him grow from a 7th round pick 10 years ago into the stud that he is today. But man, oh man, this guy's gone. Am I listening to Jake Evans talk about the Montreal Canadiens or Dale Weiss? This guy is already out the door. And of course, like, okay, if they sign a contract later this afternoon, then I'll make another video clowning on myself with the rest of y'all, because I know that sometimes we can make videos and have takes that are absolutely wrong within the next few hours. It's possible here. It happens. But Jake Evans talking about what it means to be a Montreal Canadien and going over how, oh, it's been great, I've really enjoyed it here, like, there's no way this guy's sticking around. Right? Is that an indication as to where everything is, the status quo? Hey, we're so far apart in contract negotiations, my agent's been hitting me up, the Habs are lowballing me, they don't want to get to my number, there's no way I'm sticking around, they're going to trade me into the playoffs, and I'm going to have a run as a middle to bottom 6 center, and I'm going to be great in the penalty kill, maybe I get traded with Armia, maybe our chemistry goes over to a Tampa Bay or something like that, just to rub some salt in the wound there. And then we'll have ourselves a time. Maybe we win a Stanley Cup, and then maybe I'll get my money in free agency. I'll go to San Jose. Well, they'll give me $6 million like they did to Tyler Toffoli. There is a possibility there. And maybe, you know, maybe, just maybe, if Jake Evans is looking at this entire situation and saying to himself, yeah, I know we're far apart, but my goal is to stay in Montreal. Maybe going out there into the media and talking about it like this, maybe that's leverage. Maybe these comments are like, okay, I'll talk about my Canadiens' tenure in the past tense, so teams around the NHL will think and figure that I'm actually more available than they might be led on to believe. So they'll be asking Montreal more. Hey, this guy, he's out, right? He's out, he's already talking about as if he's going to get traded, and then Montreal's got either a choice to make. Either they say, yeah, he's on the block, give us a bigger price, and then you'll be able to get him. Or they can be annoyed with the volume of calls, be like, no, he's not on the block, we want to keep him, and that forces them to acquiesce and give him the number that he wants on his contract extension. So I don't know if this is like a big brain play, if it's calculated in any way to get more leverage into what Evans actually wants, but the way it's being described and how he's talking about this, hey, most of the replies are saying this guy's done in Montreal. Like, enjoy the playoffs, Jake Evans. You've been great here. And that's absolutely not to discredit the body of work that he has done with the Canadiens, especially this year. It's not to diminish the return. I'm pretty sure the moment the Montreal Canadiens get a first plus for Jake Evans, they are going to accept that and hammer it home like the deal button on Deal or No Deal. Who knows if that comes by the time this Four Nations break is over, although I think NHL GMs may have done a gentleman's agreement to not do any trades. We'll see. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is Evans already out the door? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.